Hey, how you doing? I was thinking about making this little video and telling you all about how I'd like to be archaeology. And someday, who knows, I just might be archaeology. No, what I'm here to say is I really dig archaeology and I dig history and I love it when they mix them together. I've been addicted to Time Team, the series on British television that has archaeologists and historians and all kinds of specialists come together and go to all over and find archaeological sites and dig it all up. And they get 3 days to decide what they're doing. It's a great show. It was on for like 20 years. There's just a couple hundred, maybe 300 episodes of it, and you can binge watch on it and you can learn a lot. What I dug about it is that I knew a lot of English history and European history, and when I've been interested in archaeology, but never really went out on an archaeological dig or anything. But I'm not really interested in Egyptian mummies and digging up Egyptian stuff. I really dig uh, English archaeology and European archaeology. I wish there was more American archaeology to do. There's plenty of stuff that's a few hundred years old, but you get too far back and there's nothing but, temporary structures and flint, and those structures disappear and the flint wash down streams. But flint would be cool. I found some arrowheads. I think that's fun. I'd like to find some more. But when I watch Time Team, old Phil Harding, he gets super excited when he finds an arrowhead or a piece of flint. And then they also get really excited when there's a shard of pottery in the striated soil levels, and they find maybe a foundation or a like in situ part of a wall, and they get crazy excited and they say, "Well, it looks." Stone Age, Bronze Age, but it might be Iron Age, it might be, blah, 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 but we need to find something we can date, and so they're looking for shards of pottery or maybe some human remains or something that they can carbon date, and they get so excited when they find that burial and a skeleton just laying in the ground, just even little pieces of it, they can tell so much. But it's really exciting when they find a burial mound or a kist or some sort of tomb where the body is found, the skeleton is found in whatever condition, but along with it, there are grave goods, little treasures that were placed in the burial with the dead person, and they get super excited if there's a bead or a little metal brooch or any kind of hairpin or maybe a comb made out of horn or something like that, and it gets me excited too. And when you think about it, that's the the only record that these people have that they were on the planet hundreds, sometimes 1,000 or more years ago, is just some carved rocks and maybe a piece of bone and a glass bead that's sitting in the hole that you were placed in years and years and years and years ago. And they get so excited when they find those, and they are really careful and make sure they record all the information and do it properly. Well, I want to be archaeology. I want to not plan my eventual excavation or exhumation, but just in case, I'd like to have the possibility, if by chance my final resting place was discovered, that there would be something really neat that archaeologists would get excited about. So what I'm thinking I'm going to do is plan my own burial. Of course, I can't hope that my next of kin will do this, or some funeral arranger. This is kind of specific, and there might be, rules and regulations about it that I have to look into. But here's my plan. I've seen some archaeological digs where the big man was buried in a rectangle shape grave, a big one, and it was dug out a certain depth and a certain width and length, and the body was laid down in there, probably with his Sunday finest, his sword and his shield maybe. But inside that rectangle, inside that coffin, or I'm blanking on what that's called, a ditch, a grave, okay. Inside there, they've placed some jugs full of wine, or some metal bowl, or some hammer, or some axe, or maybe something that was important to that person when they were alive, something that would represent them, some jewelry, or some little skeleton of a dog. But so what I was thinking I could do, instead of having a grave dug and placing items in there and then waiting to die, I got some other idea that was kind of combining two of my interests, making one practical thing. They take cargo vans and turn them into stealth campers. A trailer that is not a van, a trailer that's pulled behind your truck, that the delivery guy would have, or the lawn service guy, or the motorcyclist would push his motorcycles into and drive them off to wherever the event was. Well, they turn those things into simple or luxury campers or tiny houses. And I could get one of those and turn it into a cabin or a camp that I could put somewhere and live in it, or camp in it, or visit it. And then I could tailor it to look just the way I want it inside, and fill it with my artifacts. And, make it practical when I'm alive and using it, and have it stocked up with stuff I'd need, and electronics and things that would make it useful. And then, when it was getting close to my time, I'd get it ready for entombment, and I would just arrange it inside in the way that I'd like it to be found. I'd place the artifacts that I think would be important to me around in the trailer, and then when my day came, they could slip my body in there, maybe on the little Murphy bed, or maybe a nice long sofa, and put in a big old bottle of whiskey or something like that, or maybe a 12-pack of beer, and close it up, and then lower it down, back it into a giant trench or grave that I prepared. And all they'd have to do was just cover it up. Just push that big pile of dirt right on top of it, and I'd have a tomb, and it'd be worth finding. Then wait a few hundred years and see what happens. So that's what I'm planning on doing. So if you're interested in stuff like that, or if you like archaeology or history or cargo trailer conversions into stealth RV/tombs, then be sure and subscribe, because that is something that I'm really into. No, it's true. And I hope that I can come up with some good information, maybe find some videos. I want to make a real video about this and not just do it live. I just was thinking about this and I said, that's a good subject for a quick live video. And since no one's clicking on, I didn't expect anybody would, because this is brand new. I haven't had any subscribers yet. So I'm just banking a few live ones and giving myself some motivation to do some more. If you find these videos and you subscribe to my channel, I'd appreciate it. And look forward to some more videos that I have time to record and dress them all up and make them nice, something that you would dig. And well, I guess that's enough for today. No one's popping in here to say hello to me anyway. So, be good at it, and I'll see you next time in the garden, or in the trailer, or in the tombstone, or wherever that. What is that? I didn't know that. Wow, I didn't expect that. How do I get that off? Boop, 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 boop. I wanted to hit this. Subscribe. Yeah, baby, you gotta do that. Oh, it's getting hot in here, baby. I gotta get a better light because I'm really looking ugly. Anyway, bye. It's still going.